Hello, Happy New Year, and welcome back to part 4. I think in my last video I said that we would look at the high class, but I forgot that we actually haven't done dead syllables for middle class yet, so that's what we'll be doing today. And yeah, let's get started. Let's do a quick revision on what a dead syllable is. So, if you've got a short vowel sound with no ending, that's a dead syllable. Ga, ga. If you've got a long vowel sound but with a dead ending, so that's also a dead syllable. And here are the dead endings. For example, ga, ga. Lastly, it doesn't matter if it's a short or long vowel sound, as long as you've got a dead ending. It is also a dead syllable. Now let's get started with the default tone. So with middle class consonants, it doesn't matter if it's a short or long vowel sound. The default will be a low tone as long as it's a dead syllable with no tone mark. So, for example, let's have a look at this word. Ga. Ga, ga, with a low tone. Even though you don't see any tone mark, it's a low tone. Ga, ga. So let's compare that to live syllables. The first word, ga, mid-tone, yeah? And then gan, mid-tone as well. Gu, gu. Ji, ji. Dood, dood, dood. Tok, tok. Remember, that's an O sound. You don't see a vowel, chances are it's an O sound because the vowel disappears completely when there's an ending consonant. Bit, bit. Bit, bit. Ut, ut. Let's try to read some signs, and yes, these are written in Thai modern fonts, so it's good practice as well because when you go to Thailand, you will see this everywhere. So the first word, try reading that yourself, that's an sound. But it changes when there's an ending consonant to it. So, bird, bird. It means open, and the other one, bit, bit, closed. Bark, bark. It means to tell. This one is quite tricky to see where the first syllable ends and where the next syllable starts. So we've got a vowel here, and that's an I sound, right? And it changes to that when there is an ending consonant. So that means that the first syllable stops at bobai mai. And the vowel of the second syllable is just an O vowel, and it disappears when there's an ending consonant. So that reads เจ็บอก เจ็บอก เจ็บ is hurt and อก is chest, so your chest hurts. With this word, you don't see a vowel, so your first syllable ends at dodic because the vowel is o, and dodic is your ending consonant. So it reads กด อีก กด อีก กด is to press, and อีก is more, so press more. Let's practice reading some sentences where you can see both live and dead syllables. So remember the default tone, meaning there's no tone mark for live syllables, is a mid-tone. And for dead syllables, that's a low tone. And I'm just going to draw a line where each word ends. Please hit pause and read it yourself first. บอก เปิด that's an sound, remember? Which changes to that when there is an ending consonant. ประตู ประตู. So that's 2 syllables but 1 word. So ประตู means door. So the first syllable is a dead syllable, ประ, and the second is live, ตู ประตู. Can mean uncle or aunt as long as they are younger than your dad. บอก is to tell and เปิด open, ประตู door. So auntie or uncle said or tell us to open the door. The next word is a Thai dish. It's actually a soup. So the translation, the word by word translation is like bland curry. But it's a soup, but it's bland because there's no chili in it. So แกง จืด แกง จืด. So แกง usually means curry and จืด means bland. Cool. Let's now look at the tone mark. So, because we've already got a low tone from the default tone, we don't need the first tone mark. Remember how with live syllables you need the first tone mark to make the low tone. So we just skip that and then we go to the rest. And the rest is just the same. So I'm going to give you a comparison between live and dead syllable. So ป้า ป้า that's live. ป้าบ ป้าบ that's dead, but same tone. ดี ดี that's live. ดีด ดีด dead. จ๋า จ๋า live. จ๋าด จ๋าด dead. So this sentence means that Grandpa told me he wanted to cut a banana tree. So let's have a look. Grandpa, ตา to tell, บอก. Now this word means want. Now if you haven't already watched my silent H and double initial consonants video, please do. I explained about this, but essentially ang here is working like a silent H. It's just changing the tone, and there's only 4 words in Thai that we use ang like this. So there's ya, you, yang, and yak. So here, when we look at the tone, we look at the first letter, which is ang, and that belongs to the middle class. So that's a dead syllable. We see a dead ending there, กอไก่. So that is a low tone. Yak, yak. To cut, ตัด. And then banana tree. ต้น กล้วย. Next one is auntie catches grasshoppers. So auntie, ป้า to catch, จับ, and then grasshoppers. So that word reads ตั๊กกะแตน. Now you may wonder why there are 3 syllables instead of 2, because sometimes, now this is kind of annoying because you do have to learn the words in order to know this, but sometimes there's an extra sound when you put 2 words together, and the way you add that extra sound is by using an ending consonant of the first syllable as an initial consonant and use it with an a vowel. So in this case, กอไก่ has 2 jobs. So the first job is being an ending consonant, ตัก high tone, ตัก, and then being a first consonant, or being an initial consonant with an a sound. So กะ กะ, and then แตน ตักกะแตน. I'll show you another word that's similar. So this word means doll. Well, the whole thing that I'm writing means like children's dolls. So the word for doll is ตุ๊กตา ตุ๊กตา but visibly you only see ตุ๊กตา but this word has an extra sound so the first syllable is ตุ๊ก and then we add an extra sound กะ and then ตา again this is something that you have to learn as you learn the word you can't just tell by looking at it and then เด็ก means kid or children so ตุ๊กตาเด็ก ตุ๊กตาเด็ก so this word literally means catch frog however it's also an expression in Thai meaning to fall จับกบ จับกบ กระดูก กระดูก we're seeing this word again that means want อยากกิน eat ปู crab dong is like fermented อยากกินปูดอง this one I'm sure you know it ตุกตุกตุกตุก now this is a useful word but it's quite tricky and there's two ways to read this so this word means normal and it can also mean like normally usually as well so the first way to read it is ปกติ ปกติ and กอไก่ being an ending consonant of the first syllable the second way ปกติ you read ปอปลา and กอไก่ separately so you can read it ปกติ or ปกติ both are correct now if you know the word for sweet that's หวาน if you're ordering coffee or tea or whatever drinks and they might ask you หวานปกติไหม หวานปกติไหม normal sweet so you could say หวานปกติค่ะ or หวานปกติครับ or ไม่หวาน no sweet the next word means fussy จู้จี้จุกจิก จู้จี้จุกจิก if you go to a restaurant and you order sticky rice ข้าวเหนียว and it usually comes in like a bamboo basket thing and that is called กระติบ กระติบ this sentence means see you in the afternoon เจอกันตอนบ่ายบ่าย so that symbol means that you say the word twice บ่ายบ่าย เจอกันตอนบ่ายบ่าย now time is quite subjective so bye bye could be like I don't know like 5 o'clock yeah because bye would be like 1 o'clock 2 o'clock and bye bye is like late afternoon thank you for watching and I'll see you later now this time we'll be looking at high class consonants เจอกันค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ